Hello guys, welcome back to our anime moments. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Before starting the video, special thanks to our supporter Grasshopper. This video I created because of our top supporter. Today is explanation of Swallowed Star episode number 287 based on novel. So let's start. Humanity was one of the 4 pinnacle races. Anyone able to be ranked as the 3rd genius on their assassination list must have extraordinary talent, mental strength and encounters, like Seven Blade Emperor. The automaton race had already confirmed that he had the treasure 7 blades, and others like Space Grasp etc. He should have also gotten some special inheritance from the Universe Master before. The inheritance he got may very likely be from the Universe Top Power, the Ancestor Gods, and it's the ultimate inheritance. Lifefall Emperor said, if he keeps growing, he will definitely become a terrifying being in humanity. We must kill him. Make him fall, even if his teacher reverses time and space to revive him. The cost of reviving such a warrior that's close to invincible emperor and with such a terrifying inheritance will definitely be akin to reviving a knight. And his treasure, 7 blades, along with the space grasp and other things, will come to us. Lifefall looked at the distant team that 7 Blade Emperor led. 7 Blade Emperor carried his 7 blades on his back and floated in space, gazing at the distant sealed star, not rushing at all. Get ready. Lifefall ordered secretly. The automaton race were extremely strict and orderly, akin to the most organized race in the entire universe, with the characteristics of living AIS. They were incredibly synchronized. The highest authority here was Lifefall Emperor, the others would follow his orders all the way. As for the other races under the automaton camp, they too had acquired the virtual world system from them. The rewards given within made them submit to target the 7 Blade Emperor. 6th formation. Activate the separating tower. Attack. When the Bug Queen Chen Chen, Da Long, 7 Blade and Lifefall Emperors were watching the fight, the sealed star was knocked so far low it landed in the danger region. The moment it hit that part, many emperors instantly fell, causing fear amongst the rest. Items. World rings. Grab them. The tens of fallen undyings had left behind many items that the rest fought to get their hands on. Haha, the bottom area is dangerous. It's filled with the mad energy of Star Tower itself. The moment one touches it, he will fall. It's usually very hard for us to kill the other emperors. However, now as long as we knock them into that area, they will die without a doubt. Kill. The large portion of undyings that had just fled from the dangerous region immediately began to fight it out. While they may have stayed in their groups when they rushed towards the sealed star, now, everything was in a complete mess. Everybody fought for survival, as they distanced themselves from the sealed star. The camps began to fight each other, the teams were all gone. Only the camps in general were left. Rumble. Spirit weapons, soul attacks, energy attacks, automaton weapon attacks. Amidst the fragmented space, some unlucky warriors were pushed into the dangerous regions and instantly destroyed. Grab them all. Haha, I've been waiting for this moment. The sealed star isn't something I can get, but using the dangerous region, I can actually kill many other camp emperors. I may easily get tens of billions to hundreds of billions. A 6-armed human giant killed excitedly. Whether it was the humans, automatons, demons or bugs, or the other countless races, they were all killing and grabbing whatever they could. It's madness. The sealed star can only have one owner. Hence, many will die because of it. Luo Feng looked around at the dangerous region below. But that region can easily wipe out these emperors with undying bodies. This is a rare chance. Those emperor limits have gone all out. Suddenly, a jade green light rippled throughout, instantly covering the vast space, stunning the over 100,000 emperors. Luo Feng and Heavy Arrow were both stunned too, and they looked over. In the distance, Lifefall led his automaton team with over 100 automaton warriors. They all wielded a 3-meter-tall tower-like weapon, and Lifefall Emperor had one that was close to 20 meter tall. There were close to 900 other emperors that simultaneously burned their undying bodies, every 8 or 9 of them supporting each automaton warrior, creating terrifying energies to pour into the towers. The over 100 towers all gave off a terrifying pulse network that gathered in Lifefall Emperor's huge tower. After which, one ripple of jade green light pulsed through the area and shot straight at 7 Blades' team. Separation Tower. 7 Blades' usual calm expression suddenly changed greatly, and his eyes were filled with shock. The automatons are going all out for me. Burn. Act according to the plan I said earlier. He shouted madly. As one of the 9 superpowers here, Seven Blade had already set up a plan for offense and defense earlier. None of the emperors under him hesitated. The automaton side was aiming straight at Seven Blade. If they didn't act, he would die without a doubt. However, the ripples from the attack alone was enough to kill them all. Hence the human camp warriors all simultaneously burnt their undying bodies. The peculiar thing was, they dispersed the energy from their burnt undying bodies into mid-air. How? Seven Blade opened his large mouth. A gold river shot right out. This gold river had many ancient beast statues along its side, of which there was the beast god statue too. In the center of it, there was a barren spot. As it shot out, it instantly swallowed all the dispersed energy from the human camp. Rumble, the energies rushed in. The ancient river swallowed all the energy and erupted, instantly spreading a formless gold net that completely covered the over 1,000 warriors of the human camp. Rumble, the jade green beam shot out from the separation tower, hit the gold net. Ancient beast images appeared throughout the gold net. It's really the ancestor gods. Lifefall gritted his teeth at the scene. My guess was right. This was the first time Seven Blade revealed the ancient gold river. Luo Feng was stunned. The separation tower was a super weapon from the automaton race, and its price was comparable to true treasures. However, he didn't expect Seven Blade to take out the ancient gold river. Just its energy and the beast's projections about made all the warriors there know that this was a terrifying treasure. One had to know that the automaton Lifefall had long prepared his plan and unleashed his strongest attack. And even though Seven Blade reacted on the spot, and the amount of undying energy the human camp burnt was far from the automaton side, the net formed from the gold river was still sufficiently strong enough to defuse the attack from the separation tower. It was obvious the gold river's defense far exceeded the tower. Strong. Terrifying. The many undyings were all shocked, losing all confidence in getting the sealed star. Kill. Kill. The 4 camps were in an all-out war. Close to 100,000 warriors were fighting and madly killing, and any warrior caught close to the danger region because of the fights instantly fell. Space fell apart around them. Many exits appeared everywhere, and thousands of them were visible. The tens of thousands of exits. The exits have appeared. Anyone who's seen the history of the sealed star falling would know that once the killing got too extreme within the area, many exits would appear, and each exit led to individual forbidden spaces. One could swiftly head to any of them and leave the area. As long as one left, they could escape. Flee. Let's hurry and go. The weaker warriors were completely shocked by the madness, heading to the closest exits and leaving. Kill. Kill them all. There won't be another chance if they escape. The Emperor Limits and Pinnacle Emperors, however, were going all out. They wanted to make use of the dangerous region to kill as many as they could to take all their treasures and remains. To them, there would never be such an easy chance to kill so many emperors. Even though Luo Feng had come here, he wasn't as crazy about the sealed star as the others. Even towards killing the other emperors, he wasn't that interested. If there was any interest at all, it only towards the entire star tower itself. That calling that exceeded the king armor, even the black metal board. Yet I cannot become its master. The moment I came, so much happened, and a sealed star even fell. Luo Feng thought. He didn't think of this as a coincidence at all, about the strong calling that brought him here and the fact that the star chose to fall only when he came. Was there such coincidence in the universe? Maybe so, but the chances were extremely low. Luo Feng believed that there was something special here. Because of the calling of the star tower, the sealed star naturally didn't interest him too much. Hence, he simply followed along and mixed in with the teams, and when they rushed, he did so too. Until he got to the sealed star, he didn't run around randomly, and simply stayed close to Chen Chen and Kanchi Emperor along with the other strong warriors. Later on, when the star entered the dangerous regions, he fled along with a large group. In all, he was just tagging along and mixed in with the army, quietly observing everything and seeing if there was any difference between this star's falling with those in the past. But in overall till now, there hadn't been anything special. If my guess is right, during the process of the star falling, there should be something special. Luo Feng had been waiting for that moment. Luo Feng mixed in with the huge camps and teamed up with Chen Chen, Kanchi, and Chu Wu Emperor. Even though he didn't purposely kill the other Undyings, Chu Wu was an Emperor Limit and Chen Chen was a Pinnacle Emperor proficient in soul attacks. The two would do a lot of combined attacks. That plus the complete mess the place was in, several items that were thrown around by emperors killed would occasionally fly to Luo Feng's little team's side. In just a few minutes, even I've gotten over 10 billion mixed elements worth of wealth. Luo Feng was stunned. It's no wonder all the emperors have gone crazy. There was both death and wealth about. Madness. Within the vast space, there were thousands of exits. However, amidst the ripples of fights, the space around would crumble, but new exits kept appearing. Be careful, everybody. Chen Chen shouted anxiously, I've gotten hit by a soul attack. What? Chen Chen, you got hit by a soul attack. Chu Wu, Kanchi, and Luo Feng were all shocked. The demon camp has about 10 warriors heading over, amongst which there's Kaimang Emperor, who's another pinnacle emperor proficient in soul attacks. I've fought with him several times before, I don't have a guarantee on dealing with him. Chen Chen said, they are already here. The others had already seen. In the distance, 12 demon camp warriors were rushing over to them. Chen Chen. The leader was extremely ugly. He had 4 animal-like limbs. He roared out loudly. Chu Wu. A 10 kilometers long double-headed dragon roared too. Blade River. The elite demon team had obviously caught onto Luo Feng's little team. On Luo Feng's side, they had Chu Wu and Heavy Arrow, who were both emperor limits. Blade River's name had long spread far and wide, and they all treated him as another emperor limit too. Chen Chen too could be treated the same. Only Kanchi was as well renowned. In all, Luo Feng's team could be said to have 4 emperor limits. This was also the reason why they could stay safe before and get treasures from around them. And for the demon team to rush over, it meant they had confidence. The 12 warriors had 6 emperor limits. And that Kaimang Emperor had fought with Chen Chen in Star Tower before, but they couldn't finish each other off. Even though he couldn't kill Chen Chen, stopping him wasn't a problem. Let's retreat. Chu Wu ordered. Howl. The dual-head dragon from the demon side howled, unleashing a time control on the area Luo Feng's team was in. Time stop. Break. Their team all howled within, unleashing their strength to return the time flow back to normal. Ha ha, Chen Chen, you will die this time. Kaimang smiled widely, his laughter piercing. Kill them. What a rare chance. The demon elite team were all incredibly excited. The amount of wealth they could get from killing this team was crazy, especially that Blade River Emperor that had gotten the sacrificial tower treasure before, who was able to make the comatose Heavy Arrow recover in such a short time. His wealth was well known throughout. Amidst the 100,000 Undyings war, Luo Feng's team fight wasn't very glaring. Their side had 5 warriors, and 4 of them were considered emperor limits. The demon side had 12 warriors, and 6 of them were emperor limits. However, with the 6 combined together, it gave them the strength of 1 more extra emperor limit. Luo Feng's side was disadvantaged. The battle immediately sunk into madness. I can only stop Kaimang. Chen Chen said urgently. I can only temporarily stop 2 emperor limits combined. Chu Wu was anxious too. Blade River, can you withstand them? Leave it to me. Luo Feng gritted his teeth. There was no way. Even though he had the strongest flame god crystal, the explosion wouldn't differentiate allies from foes. What's more, the enemy side had 6 emperor limits, and their combined defense could completely withstand the blast. If he detonated all 3 crystals he had on him, there was still some hope then, however that would probably mean his side would be gone too. First kill those emperor pinnacles. Luo Feng ordered Heavy Arrow. Hua! Luo Feng flapped his wings and brought Heavy Arrow along. Fast like lightning, making the demon camp have no way to catch up with him. We can't catch him. This Blade River is too fast. Deal with Chen Chen and Chu Wu first. We'll combine strengths later to settle Blade River. The demon camp swiftly made the decision to give up on chasing Luo Feng. However, even if they did so, Luo Feng wouldn't let them go. Luo Feng brought Heavy Arrow and rushed towards the Emperor Pinnacles, Pu Kai. Pu Kai? Heavy Arrow wielded the 2 arc blades and slashed them, 1 pinnacle fell. Death! Death! Luo Feng himself fought against the other pinnacle, using the Shouwu wings to tear through his defense before using the poison shadow blade. He slashed through 50% of his undying body, decreasing his strength before using another slash to almost kill him. In the blink of an eye, Heavy Arrow had dealt with 3 Emperor Pinnacles and Luo Feng had settled 1. Ah! When the four pinnacles of the demon camp fell, the human side's Kanchi emperor howled. He was knocked into the danger region and instantly reduced to nothing. Kanchi had fallen. Rumble. Chu Wu was simultaneously attacked by 3 emperor limits, narrowly avoiding the danger region and escaping. He was shivering within as he said, "Yang, Chen Chen, let's faster flee, I can't hold on any longer. I can't flee." Chen Chen was anxious too. He was facing off against Kai Mang and another emperor limit and was in extreme danger. Luo Feng was panicking too. In an instant, his side had fallen into such a predicament, and even Kanchi had fallen. Heavy arrow, go help Chu Wu. Your defense is strong, you should be able to take the 2 to their emperor limits. That emperor limit that killed Kanchi was flying towards Chu Wu. Chu Wu would then be attacked by 4 emperor limits at the same time. Yes, master. I'll go help Chen Chen. Luo Feng flapped his wings and flew towards him. According to his plan, Heavy Arrow was able to block 2 to 3 of the enemies. With him teamed up with Chu Wu, even with the 4 emperor limits attacking them, they could withstand it. Chen Chen, however, was in danger. His strength was close to Kai Mang, and at this time another emperor limit was helping Kai Mang. The only reason Chen Chen could hold on was because he had already burnt his undying energy to fight back. Kai Mang and his partner had done the same and the battle was intense. A blurry huge hammer silhouette smashed hard into Chen Chen, causing him to spit out blood, falling fast. Below him was the danger region. Chen Chen. Luo Feng flapped his wings and formed an arc line, rushing to stop him. Rumble. With the burnt undying energy, one could only imagine how strong that attack was. Luo Feng held on and slowed him down, but he too was dragged down. Yang. Chen Chen looked urgently at Luo Feng. A formless soul illusion attack was sent from Kai Mang above, hitting Luo Feng. While he was hit, Luo Feng lost control of his body and flew downwards. This made the distant Heavy Arrow change his expression to fear as he shouted, "Master!" Yang! Chen Chen had pained look too as he rushed downwards at him. Chen Chen seemed like he was in pain, but his eyes gleamed with a cold excitement. "Ha ha ha, I'm truly going to get a heavenly gift this time. Back then I managed to control Kai Mang's soul, allowing him to return to stay in the demon camp. That was indeed a wise move." He was extremely excited. Chen Chen was a master at soul control. He had led a hard life and faced a lot of adversity. It made him have a special view of the world. He passionately made friends with a large group of people. Anyone who interacted with him would all think he was not a bad person. Within, however, he was completely something else. He had indeed fought with Kai Mang several times before. That third time they met, he used his soul techniques to control the enemy and Kai Mang became his soul slave. There was no way to see it on the surface, plus the demon camp's army system communication was that weak. They didn't have the human or automaton's army scanning system. The way they accumulated contribution points required them to record everything and pass it on, and they could only send messages. This allowed him to control Kai Mang Emperor, and because of the poor communication system, no one could discover the changes within him. Hence, Kai Mang continued to stay within the demon camp, occasionally going out for missions with his partners. Later on they would accidentally meet and work together. He had done this 3 times before. Once, they managed to work together to control another Emperor Limit Mist Emperor. This time with the falling of the sealed star, they immediately realized the chance. When he met Luo Feng, he was immediately happy. "Haha, Yang? Blade River? This is a big fish. I heard that he got the treasure of the sacrificial tower, and he could even make Heavy Arrow recover that quickly. His wealth must be much more than the normal Emperor limits." Hence, he had ordered Kai Mang and Mist to immediately bring along some demon friends to attack them together. The 2 of them were both controlled by him. And when Kai Mang had teamed up with another Emperor limit before to attack Chen Chen and Kai Mang had both burned their undying's bodies to pretend. In truth, they teamed up to attack the other Emperor limit together. 2 masters at soul attacks burning undying bodies, their first goal was to control that Emperor limit. If that didn't work they would kill him. However, the result was a success. The heavens are helping me. How hard is it to control an Emperor limit? Even if I burnt my undying body, and even though both Kai Mang and I are proficient in soul attacks, even with all these, the chances are all very low. And I actually succeeded. Ha ha ha. Chen Chen was incredibly excited. Hence, the fight this time, Chen Chen had already 3 Emperor limits helping him. No one on either side knew about this at all. You are all my targets. Your treasure and wealth is all mine. He crazed madly within. To become an absolute warrior of the universe, one either had special encounters or powerful teachers. Without any or both, one had to create their own chances. Chen Chen had happened to control Kai Mang and let him return normally back to the demon camp. With the demon camp's poor system, it allowed this to go on for a while and gave him the chance to rise up. He pretended to be knocked far back simply to lure Luo Feng to save him. Luo Feng naturally rushed in but was hit by Kai Mang's attack, falling quickly. Yang! Chen Chen rushed down with a pained look. Within, however, he thought, your wealth is mine, it's mine. No one else will get it. He watched as Luo Feng fell towards the danger region. Fearing that his wealth would get stolen by other warriors, hence he was the first to rush in after him. Yang! Yang! Chen Chen rushed downwards. Master! The distant heavy arrow couldn't care about Chu Wu, and immediately rushed over. Chu Wu didn't dare fight against the 4 emperor limits, quickly retreating with heavy arrow and flying towards Luo Feng. However, no matter how fast they flew, how could they catch up? They looked on. Luo Feng was about to fall into the danger region. Luo Feng's eyes gleamed as he awoke. Back then, when he took part in the genius battles, his mental state had already reached the first level's limit, long reaching the level of knowing oneself. However, he had yet to reach the second level, pushing the limit as he grew. Primal Chaos City, Outer Region Wars, the thousands of years of training, yet he stayed at this limit. Madly refining it. It made his beliefs incredibly sturdy. His willpower grew more and more terrifying. The ancestors of China probably didn't have thousands of years to refine their mental states. His heart and mind had long been refined into a diamond, and was able to see through anything without a single speck of dust. It was sharp and piercing. This was his mental state. Even when hit by a soul attack, he may be in slight trouble, he may have to let the golden horned beast appear. But illusion? Luo Feng could use his willpower to break through. Chen Chen. Luo Feng looked at him, his eyes filled with madness. It's you. The moment Luo Feng awoke, he knew Chen Chen had planned this. Firstly, Chen Chen was a master at soul attacks. He knew Luo Feng would come save him. How could he allow the enemy Kai Mang's attack to hit Luo Feng? Would he commit such a grave error? Secondly, when Luo Feng held onto Chen Chen, in theory, Chen Chen should have been strongly fighting against the force of the attack. However, he not only didn't fight back, but when Luo Feng held onto him, he even pushed Luo Feng a little more. When Luo Feng felt the force of the attack, he was hit by the illusion. Force, illusion, perfect combination. Everything was prepared perfectly for Luo Feng. He was supposed to die from this. Not good. Chen Chen noticed Luo Feng awoke and was shocked. He had guessed that Luo Feng knew the secret, however his eyes flashed coldly. It's too late, the distance to the danger region is too close and the force of him falling is too strong, there's no way to stop now. It's too late. Luo Feng noticed this too. The force of his fall was too strong, and even with the Shouwu wings, he had no way to dodge the vast danger region. He flipped his hand and produced the strongest flame god crystal, ready to detonate. I am not able to escape, I'll use the crystal to escape and use its force to push me up. Luo Feng's reaction was simple and deadly. During the explosion, the close distance will also kill that evil Chen Chen. Not good. Chen Chen's expression changed, he's trying to kill us all together. However, just as Luo Feng took out the flame god crystal, a majestic, irresistible, mysterious energy instantly covered Luo Feng, a voice resounding within his ears, mind and consciousness, child, come here. With over 100,000 undyings madly fighting it out above, even Da Long, Life Fall and Seven Blade, with thousands of exits crumbling and new ones appearing, one suddenly appeared before Luo Feng, making him unable to even dodge. In truth, that mysterious energy had actually guided him into it. Luo Feng wielded the flame god crystal and rushed through the exit, leaving the space. Chen Chen, who was regretting and in fear after seeing Luo Feng take out the strongest flame god crystal, was relieved to discover him fall into an exit, leaving the space altogether. I survived. He gushed. My luck is not bad, I managed to work with Kai Mang before to control an emperor limit. I thought that was lucky enough, and now even as Yang took out the strongest flame god crystal at the last moment, right before my death, who would have expected an exit to appear right there and suck him in, allowing me to live on? Luck. Chen Chen was celebrating within, after which he thought, is this where my era begins? Even though his plan against Luo Feng failed, allowing Luo Feng to know his true colors, he wasn't worried or regretful. After all, compared to keeping his life, what was having one more enemy to him? I have 2 Emperor Limit slaves, and Kai Mang who is close to my level of strength. Also amidst this mad war, I can use this strength to get more wealth, huge wealth to raise my strength even further. With such strength, would I still fear a Blade River Emperor? Since I failed this plan, there are 3 more Emperor Limits on the demon side, and I have Kai Mang and Heavy Arrow to deal with. He immediately made a decision. I'll first let the demon side deal with Chu Wu and Heavy Arrow, then I'll secretly use them to get rid of the demon side Emperor Limits not under my control. This was his ideal plan. However, even if he just killed the 3 Emperor Limits, his earnings would already be shocking. If he could soul control another, then that would be his lucky day. Master! Heavy Arrow rushed over. The exit Luo Feng escaped through crumbled. Master! Heavy Arrow called out within. However, it wasn't as crazy as before, at least his master wasn't in danger. Luo Feng was wrapped in that mysterious energy, unable to resist as he went through the exit. The calling resounding in his mind. Child, come! After entering the exit, he didn't appear in another forbidden space, rather, he flew along a colorful pathway. A beautiful pathway. Luo Feng was wrapped around and was flying continuously. The space around him warped and he could see huge sealed stars around enormous pillars. There were many treasures with powerful energies, only Luo Feng couldn't visibly see them clearly. Heavy Arrow, Heavy Arrow. Luo Feng called out mentally to Heavy Arrow. The soul slave and his master had a binding via their souls. As long as the distance between them wasn't absurd, they could communicate via their souls. Since they were still both within Star Tower, no matter how far they were within, with their soul strength, they could easily communicate. Master, are you okay? Heavy Arrow asked. I'm fine. Remember, Chen Chen is evil. He tried to kill me earlier and I almost died, and I suspect that the demon side's Kai Mang has a deal with him. Anyway, tell this to Chu Wu and flee as fast as possible. Mix in with the other humans and bear with it. First leave the space and Star Tower, and wait for me to return. Yes, Master. Luo Feng relaxed a little. It wasn't that he didn't want revenge. But he had tried to save Chen Chen but was actually used and almost killed. No matter who it was, they would definitely want to take revenge, however Chen Chen was after all still a human. With the threat of the army system, Luo Feng didn't dare go against an ally. Killing an ally meant death, it would result in large amounts of the human camp combining their strengths to assassinate him. Even his teacher, the Primal Chaos City leader, wouldn't be able to save him. This was after all the ironclad system set in place by the humans and the countless other races. How could he go against it? I cannot go against the army system. But there are loopholes. Luo Feng thought. Like the army system relies on scanning to observe the battles before making its decisions. And the scanning relies on the scanning devices. These devices naturally have limitations, just like when I went to save Chen Chen earlier and he secretly added more force to the fall, the devices have no way to measure that. Even so, that Chen Chen. I treated you as a brother and you tried to kill me. If I don't kill you, how will I find peace? Luo Feng was raging within. The army system is a disciplinary authority on the soldiers. When I choose to retire later on, I won't be a soldier of the human camp anymore. Even though it means the other human warriors can kill me without any repercussions, I can do the same. Chen Chen had been marked for death within Luo Feng's mind. Many thoughts floated within his mind as he was brought around by the mysterious energy, flying through the warped pathways. Rumble. The mysterious energy dispersed. Luo Feng flew out of the pathway and landed on the ground. He turned around like a feather and gently stood up. This is. He looked around. This was a vast mysterious shrine. There were a total of 9, over 10,000 kilometers tall pillars that held it up. In the air above, there were many sealed stars. These countless sealed stars looked almost like a galaxy above the entire shrine. This shrine seemed to float in the center amongst countless sealed stars. That is? He looked over. In the distance sat a silhouette. He had a long snake-like body, and the top half was human. His purple beard drooped down and his eyelids gently hung down too. However, the vast pressure he gave off made anyone about naturally submit. His energy was vast and endless, though not violent, it didn't allow any resistance. Child. The ancient voice resounded from him, come here. It's him, he was the one who brought me here. Luo Feng thought. And what terrifying pressure. This is much stronger than Shihua Knight, and even close to the Primal Chaos City leaders. Is he a Universe Master level being? Luo Feng at least understood this one point. When he stood before this being, he was like an ant with no power whatsoever. Since that was so, it was better to just obey. Within the shrine that stood amidst the countless sealed stars, two people stood. One was a snake-bodied human while the other was Luo Feng. Luo Feng walked over to him. This great being seems like a human. He thought. But the four pinnacle races have yet to control the Star Tower. How can this being actually stay in here and call me over? This beast snake man seemed like one of the many races. Like the ape man, wolf man, snake man, etc., they were all considered part of humanity. Elder. Luo Feng bowed respectfully. Sit. The powerful ancient being pointed to the ground. Yes. Luo Feng immediately sat beside. Are you filled with suspicion? The great being looked down at him, he smiled. Wondering why the tower calls out to you and yet you cannot become its master. Wondering why you met such a powerful forbidden guard the moment you came, and even wondering about the falling of the sealed star? Luo Feng was shocked. This being even knew about the Star Tower calling out to him? Yes, I'm filled with questions, please enlighten me. Luo Feng replied respectfully. I've been waiting for you for far too long. The being sighed. Of course, I normally only leave a clone here, only rushing here personally when I knew you were here. I've yet to introduce myself. I'm called Puti, I'm the guardian of the Star Tower, and also the one to welcome you here. Luo Feng was stunned. You are not the creator of the tower? You are wondering about who left you the manual? You are wondering on who was the one who created the Star Tower? Puti gazed down at him smiling. Ha, I am the first servant of the creator of the Star Tower. However, over countless years, I've become a universe master. My master was graceful enough to accept me as his disciple. I am his first disciple. The leader of the Yangshan race is his second disciple. He has many underlings, but only 2 disciples. I was lucky, because I've followed him the longest. Because of my strength and how sentimental he is, hence I had the right to become his disciple. But the Yangshan race and the Earthling race, those are the true core of what teacher poured his soul into. Puti looked at Luo Feng. There were 2 other candidates from Earth before that failed, you are the third one. Coming here 8.2 billion years after the second one. If you succeed, you will be like the leader of the Yangshan race, you'll become the leader of the Earthling race, the third disciple of teacher. If you fail, you'll end up like the 2 before you. Only death will await you. Luo Feng was stunned. There were 2 candidates before him. He was the third that came 8.2 billion years later. Leader of the Yangshan race? Leader of the Earthling race? The leader of the Yangshan race and this Puti, just who was their teacher? The creator of the Nameless Manual and Star Tower, specially producing the Yangshan race and Earthling race? Is this the huge Axe Dojo founder's almighty tribe warrior? Many thoughts flashed through his mind. The Yangshan race and the Earthling race? And I'm the third candidate? Luo Feng looked at him. Puti smiled. Earth is simply the name you give to your living planet. During the time frame of the previous 2 candidates, they called it different things. The first candidate called it the Shanghai world, the second one called it the origin star, and during your era now, you all call it Earth. Luo Feng nodded. As to the 2 races? Back then, I followed my teacher and explored the vast universe. He spent countless amounts of effort and chose this particular planet and began to nurture it, producing a powerful race. This race later became the Yangshan race. Puti smiled. Unlike the servants and others that he chose, this race was one that he specially nurtured. Under his strict selection, the strongest being of that race became his second disciple. This junior of mine submitted to no one. He brought his own race and formed his own Yangshan area, becoming one of the powerful races of the universe. Puti smiled. Even though in total, the power of the Yangshan race was far from humanity itself, they have my junior and he is a universe master with special treasures from master. He didn't fear the pinnacle beings of humanity and hence became one of the powers of the universe. Luo Feng's heart skipped a beat, saying, then what about you, Elder Puti? The Yangshan race was originally a part of humanity. Puti seemed like he was human too. Ha. He sat cross-legged there, his beard drooping down as he laughed loudly, shaking the entire shrine. He looked down at Luo Feng and smiled. Have you heard the name TPU? TPU? Luo Feng's eyes gleamed, recalling the name on the 10,000 Soul Control Manual. That manual was written by TPU. TPU, is it? Luo Feng looked shocked at this powerful being that followed an even more powerful being. I don't have such ambition, and I'm not like my junior with my own special race, who is able to bring that race around and take over territories, becoming a superpower. He sighed. What's more, teacher valued both the Earth and Yangshan race highly. He had prepared special treasures for both. My junior has more such treasures and is stronger than me. I've been alone all this while, naturally I stayed within humanity. But I do not wish to reveal my strength, since that may implicate my teacher. Hence, I've remained low profile and allowing my clone to stay for long periods here, allowing it to demonstrate only night pinnacle level strength, naming myself TPU. He said. Luo Feng sighed. That great being had 2 disciples. One of them ruled the Yangshan race, becoming a superpower. The other simply left a clone here and revealed strength on the level of Tianxia Palace leader and 11 Luo duo. Even though teacher created the Yangshan race, he wasn't too satisfied with it. Put continued softly. Teacher had lamented that he had raised the basic level of talent, but the soul evolution was much harder. Hence he spent even more time and effort to find a way to finally create your earthling race. A pure soul from birth. Teacher even spent time to specially create a heavenly technique, the 9-volume manual to help your bodies keep evolving until it reached the level of several rare races in the universe. With a soul that was naturally exceptional along with the 9-volume manual, this was the best combination he came up with. Put's eyes gleamed. Luo Feng held his breath. That great being was simply too heavenly. To create an exceptional race of humans, he had actually spent so much effort to prepare and created such an unbelievable technique. However, this manual was rejected by the universe laws themselves. Put shook his head. Even though it was created, the moment teacher passed it on to any earthling, the universe laws would automatically try and wipe away memories of the manual. Teacher's power was strong, hence the laws couldn't affect him, but it affected anyone he tried to train. Luo Feng was shocked. Memory wipe? But he was able to learn this heavenly technique. Later on, teacher left alone, not knowing where to go. Finally he brought back some special treasures named the Heavenly Soul Crystals, placing the entire manual within. Put said. They have unbelievable power, and as long as one was human and from Earth, if they are able to pass the illusions within, they could acquire the techniques from the crystals. Why wouldn't the laws wipe the memories after? Luo Feng asked. Without a doubt, these crystals were the black metal boards. That's the wonder of the Heavenly Soul Crystals. Put said. Teacher had said before that the universe laws were very fair, without any absolutes, there was always a chance. Using the crystals made it possible for the 9-volume manuals to be passed on. The natural power of the crystals could pass on the technique to you, and not be affected by the universe laws, but they only have one shot at it. Only one shot? Luo Feng was stunned. Yes. Put nodded, the crystals record within them the 9 volumes. However, its power only allows for it to be passed on once. As long as the warrior who received the technique is alive, it would be unable to pass it on to another. Unless the first one dies. Hence, the Earthling race, including you, has had 3 candidates. The first one fell, and because of its power, only then could the crystal pass it on to the second one. The second one fell unless you became the third. The manual, even with the Heavenly Soul Crystals, would never have 2 candidates living simultaneously. Luo Feng was completely speechless. The laws of the vast universe were incredibly harsh. The more special and rare something was, like the power of the 9-volume manual, the harder it was to even create it. It even required a special vessel, and there could only be one who trained in it. Teacher valued the Yangshan race, but he valued the Earthling race even more. The leader of the Yangshan race is my junior. The leader of the Earthling race will become the 3rd disciple. Put said. And teacher has prepared treasure for both his disciples. Luo Feng frowned, asking, Elder Put, your teacher, that great being, why did he even create both the Yangshan and the Earthling race? At teacher's level, he's already invincible within the universe. Put's voice sounded old and tired. He said, you don't need to think too much. As one of the strongest in the universe, he had long been invited to many powers and organizations to be their leader, but he was too lazy to bother. As a leader? Luo Feng asked. The strongest powers of the universe, the Human Alliance, Hong Alliance, the Space Beast Alliance, the Bug Race Alliance, and many others, they are the pinnacle strengths of the universe. There are others like the 9-Domain Alliance and other weaker ones, I'll simply tell you about this one. The 9-Domain Alliance is formed by 100,000 races, of which there are some powerful ones within. In terms of numbers, they far exceed the Human and Bug Alliance. They have over 50 million emperors, over 100,000 knights, and over 10 universe masters. In terms of strength, they are not weaker than any other. Put said. Hence they invited teacher over to be their alliance head. Do you know why? Luo Feng was still shocked over the power of this alliance. The Hong Alliance only had just over 3 million emperors, tens of thousands of knights, and as for universe masters, he wasn't clear. The universe masters are considered pinnacle beings in the vast universe. Why get teacher to be their head? Why are 100,000 races all willing to submit to him? Even the strongest of warriors would find it extremely hard to kill a universe master. There's no need to submit at all. Why do so? Put smiled. It's because teacher is able to revive any being universe master and lower. Luo Feng took a deep breath. The primal chaos city leader had said before that he could easily withstand the backlash from reviving an emperor. He would be heavily injured from reviving a knight. If he tried to revive the Qiansha palace leader or 11 Luo duo level of warrior, he would fall. And from what he knew, the city leader was already extremely strong amongst the universe masters and was one of the top 3 beings of humanity. You should know that some powerful knights have strength akin to universe masters. Put said. To be able to revive them meant that they could risk it all and continuously fight for their race. Even if they fell, they could be revived over and over. This would naturally make the alliance incredibly powerful. The most pinnacle strength in the universe. The 6 pinnacle races, they all have their own strongest warriors who is able to do so. Your human race has the huge axe founder. Put said. And outside the 6 pinnacle races, there are some special life forms like Teacher, the only one in the entire universe with no other similar life forms. Outside the 6 pinnacle races, these special life forms, along with the powerful beings from the trillions of races, created beings like the huge axe founder. Teacher is one of such. Any such warrior leading an alliance would make the alliance truly strong. They needn't even go out and battle, just using their revival abilities would make the enemies fear them. What's more, they had many other special abilities. Put looked at Luo Feng. Once one reaches Teacher's level, conquering the universe has no meaning. If he wanted to, he could easily join any alliance as a leader. However, to him, that's meaningless. He prefers to work alone. Carefree, the 6 pinnacle races had long spent huge amounts of wealth and effort to invite him. But he didn't even bother and never participated in the wars. However, he had other special goals. The Yangshan and Earthling race were the fruits of his labor. Of course, if you succeed, you will become the 3rd disciple. Then your future will be boundless, becoming a universe master and dominating the Earthling race wouldn't be impossible. You could choose to stay within humanity and become one of its upper echelons, or even be like your second senior, breaking away and taking your own territory, becoming your own power. Everything will be your own choice. Of course, the prerequisite is that you do not fall like the 2 before you. If you do, then I'd have to wait for the 4th candidate. Only, that would be another countless years from now. This video will end here. Thank you for watching.